Hey, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depend on whatever time you are taking this class. Hi, how are you? I'm glad that you are here with me, and today we are going to proceed with the second lesson, and that lesson is nutrition. Nutrition, what we eat. Okay, the topic is nutrition for our health. We are going to learn about nutrition, and in this case, in today's lesson, we are going to talk about nutrition. And nutrition. What is nutrition? And do we live to eat, or do we live to eat? Wow, that's great, isn't it? Do we eat so that we can live, or do we live so that we can eat? So let's talk about nutrition. I can't wait. Nutrition. What is nutrition? This is the study of how food affects the health and survival of a human body. That's nutrition. How food affects health and survival of human body. That's nutrition. You know, we eat food so that they can influence positively our health. But at times, what we eat can negatively also influence our health. So we expect that nutrition is that study that tell us about how food affects the health or survival of our human body, and that is nutrition. And talking about that, we as human beings, we need to eat food. Human beings require food in order to grow. You know, young people need food. The infants also need food, because without food we cannot be able to grow. And for us to grow, we need food. We need food in order to reproduce. We also need food in order to maintain good health. We need food to maintain our body in good shape. Okay? If a child is not given sufficient nutrition, is termed to be or said to be malnourished, and he or she cannot be able to grow very well. And apart from that, without food, our bodies cannot stay warm. Our bodies cannot stay warm. You know, here it's cold in Arusha. Those who are taking this class in a different area, in Arusha it's cold. If you don't cover yourself that much, you feel cold. But the sheets like these ones aren't enough. But rather, having food, if you have well nourished, our food that we eat help us, our body, to remain warm. But also food help us to repair the body cells. You know, as we grow, some cells die. Sometimes some are coming, and some are generated again. But we need food to repair our tissue. Even when we get damaged, we need food to repair the body tissues. And we also need food to maintain heartbeats. You know, we need food to maintain heartbeats so that we can breathe well and our heart can move perfectly. So food is very important, and for every food, it is important for us to eat right food. You know, eating right food can help us avoid certain diseases and recover faster when you get ill. So we need to eat right food. And as a study of nutrition, what is the right food? If we want to know about the right food, then we go right into the study of how food affects the health and survival of a human body. And that study is called nutrition. So, if we are talking about nutrition, why don't we start talking about the nutrients? What is nutrients? Nutrients. 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 Okay? So, nutrients are chemical substances found in our food. So those chemical substances found in our food are called nutrients. Now, those are substances that we must have in our diet. And there's so many. And we can notice that they are all important. There are only 6 nutrients that are very essential in our body. And we can talk about them. Those nutrients that we need in our body, we have water, the most important that we need in our body. You know, this body needs water, and we will talk about that. So the first nutrient that everyone should have, okay, water. You don't have to drink water until you until you are recommended by a doctor to drink water. We need to drink water daily. We don't need to wait until you are told by the doctor, now go drink water. But also, apart from water, we also have carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is another nutrient. It helps us with energy. We also have vitamins. Okay, it's also another nutrient. We're going to talk about them. We also have protein. We also have lipids, fats and oil here. Those are lipids. We also have minerals. All these are nutrients that our body needs. So let's talk about the first nutrient. Let's talk about water. Water acts as a solvent and a lubricant in our body. Water is very important to us. It's essential because used also to transport nutrients from one area to the other. Water also is helpful because it acts as a medium of temperature regulation, and water help also in chemical processes. We need to drink water enough to our body. At least 2 liters of water per day is recommended, or 8 cups of water. Apart from water, there's something else that we need to talk about. So we need to drink water. Okay, water. You know, this world is covered by 70% by water, but unfortunately, people don't drink. We need to drink water. Apart from water, we have carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates, we get carbohydrate from cereals, from potatoes, from cassava, from maize, from rice. Carbohydrates give us energy. Energy that we usually use to do our work. You see, these people are doing exercise here. They need energy. Carbohydrate is formed by carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and is major source of fuel for our body. 1 gram of carbohydrate yield 4 calories. 4 calories. What's a calorie? We are going to learn in the future. Calorie is a unit that we usually use to calculate energy derived from carbohydrate, protein, and lipids. The unit used to measure the energy from carbohydrate, protein, or lipids is called calorie. So 1 gram of carbohydrate has 4 calories. Glucose is the major energy component the body usually use, and we get that from carbohydrate. So we have seen about water and carbohydrate. It can be carbohydrate can be in form of simple sugar like sucrose or glucose, or in polysaccharides like complex carbohydrates. Some complex carbohydrates cannot be broken down in the human digestive system, and these are usually called the dietary fibers. So we can see that if we want energy, definitely there's no any other option, no good option like that one, but rather taking carbohydrates. You can see it is one thing that help people or give people energy. See, these friends here are doing exercise, and you can see it is energy that they derive or they get from carbohydrate. Okay, apart from carbohydrate and water, another nutrient that's very important to our body is protein. We also have protein. We get protein from meat. We also get protein from legumes like beans, soya beans, cowpeas, and other legumes. So you can get from fish, milk, eggs, and other legumes. You get protein. Protein is formed by linking amino acids, and it contains carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and and also some nitrogen. And it's used to make structure in our body. Now that's protein. But protein also can yield energy. You can get energy from protein, but the major source of energy in our body is usually carbohydrate. But there are 4 calories of energy per gram of protein, and just the same as carbohydrate, but the body can be able to store energy from carbohydrate, but rather from protein. Most of us eat 2 or 3 times more protein than what our body usually requires. 120 grams to 200 grams of protein per day is sufficient for your body, but some of us eat the whole kilo of meat that usually come from to our mouths through to and then to the other room. So your body will only keep or use the necessary protein. It won't take extra. And then apart from carbohydrate, protein, water, there's something else very important, and these are vitamins. We get vitamins from vegetables and fruits. The main function of vitamins is to allow a chemical reaction to occur in our body. It helps to release energy trapped in carbohydrates, and vitamins are very essential. We get vitamins, and we need to eat vitamins, food with vitamins at least daily, because body cannot store mostly extra vitamins as well. And vitamins provide no usable energy. There's no energy that you get from vitamins. However, there are 13 vitamins divided into 2 groups. Fat-soluble vitamins, example are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. We also have some water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and vitamin B. So, 2 groups of vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. But at least there are at least 13 vitamins that are there. Apart from that, we also have lipids, fats and oil. Mostly what makes lipids is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and it yields more energy than carbohydrate and protein. 1 gram of fats and lipids, fat or oil, has 9 calories. Can you see that? You can be on diet, you're using what you're eating, but you can get too much calories from fat as well. We need to minimize as much as we want, as we can, unnecessarily to adding lipids or fat and oil, because our body can be able to extract that from other sources of food. But it's okay to have, and it's good to have lipids. It's essential in our body, but we don't have to. Having too fried things isn't that healthy. It's just tasty, but it's not that healthy, because there's a challenge with lipids. Whereas if a person takes too much of that, especially this kind of oil that does not is not healthy, there's a risk of cholesterol. Lipids are usually insoluble in water, but usually soluble in organic solvents like benzene, ether, and so on. And lipids, we have 2 types of lipids, fat and oil. Saturated fats, usually from animals, and solely, and this is usually from animals. Saturated fat. One type of lipid is saturated fat. This is one type of fat. Saturated fat. This is not that healthy. They usually this kind of fat and oil come from animals, and usually solidly at room temperature. The other type is unsaturated fat. It's usually from plants. It's more healthier. It's usually liquidy at room temperature. And this is what, as far as our subject is concerned, we have seen that it is important for us to have those nutrients. We've talked about water, carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, lipids, and the last one is minerals. Minerals are also essential in our body. We have organic, these are usually inorganic compounds that exist in groups or more at the same time. We have so many minerals that are usually essential in our body, and we need them. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, iron, fluoride, and others. Some minerals help our teeth to be strong, like fluoride. When it's too much, you get also disadvantage. Calcium helps us in our bones, in other parts of our body, and other types of minerals. We need minerals in our body as well. Minerals are essential because they are critical for nervous system function. Some minerals like potassium are very essential for our nervous system to function. and other types of minerals. And it's also essential for us to have minerals because they help us to maintain the electrolyte levels, water balance, and also skeletal system. So we need to have minerals. Now, can you check? Can you review with me? We have said nutrition. Nutrition for our health. We eat. Do we eat to live or do we live to eat? So we live, but we don't necessarily live to eat, but rather we eat to live. So nutrition is a study of how food, I'm reviewing with you. Nutrition is a study of how food affects the health and survival of human body. And we require food in order to grow, reproduce, and maintain our good health. We also need to eat well food that has nutrients. And the nutrients are chemical substances that are found in our food. We have 6 nutrients: water, carbohydrate, vitamins, protein, lipids, and minerals. And water is helpful in our body because water helps as a lubricant in our joints. It acts as a solvent. It acts helpful in transporting nutrients. It helps in temperature regulation, and we need at least 2 liters of water or 8 glasses of water per day. We also need minerals, and these are inorganic compounds that exist and are needed in our body and are needed in our health. Vitamins also is something else that we need in our body because they help us to maintain function. Their main function is to allow chemical processes or chemical reactions in our body. They support chemical reaction in our body. They help us to release energy trapped in carbohydrate, lipids, and protein. Vitamins also are very essential in our body, and we have 13 at least vitamins, but are given in 2 groups: fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. So apart from that, we also have lipids, which are fat and oil. Fats are usually solid at room temperature, and lipids and oil are usually liquid at room temperature. But there are 2 types of lipids: saturated fat and unsaturated fat. And the healthier one are unsaturated fats rather than saturated fats. Saturated fat come from animals, and unsaturated fats come from plants. Saturated fat is solid at room temperature, and unsaturated fat are usually liquid at room temperature. We also talked about carbohydrates. These are helpful to us because they give us energy. Apart from that, we also talked about protein. We get that from plants like legumes, beans, and so on. We also get protein from fish, milk, meat, and eggs. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next class. In the coming class, we are going to proceed with something very important, still proceeding with the topic nutrition, but another subject will be covered. I can't wait to see you in the 3rd class. Thank you.